Hi, Happy New Year. I just wanted to do a video letting you know what I've been loving this year, but first of all, I have to let you know a couple of things. I hope the quality is okay and you don't hate it, because first of all, I'm not using my regular webcam and computer. I dropped my laptop, sorry, and it's attempting to get fixed. My husband's working on it. He's still ordering parts for it, and I don't know how soon before it's up and running again. So it won't be the same. Second of all, I'm in a different room, and that's because I'm using our regular PC, which the webcam on here is not fantastic. And as you can see behind me, it looks like I might have a horn coming out of my head. It's really just my elliptical machine. So if you're wondering, what is that black thing behind her head? It's the elliptical machine. I promise it's not really a horn. Sometimes I do feel a little wicked, but not wicked enough for horns. All right, so things I have been loving. In early December, I finally committed to start using bronzer. For many, many years, I have been one of those people who has just decided to commit to having really pale skin. And I'm okay with that because I am very pale. Summer, winter, fall, spring, I'm always, always, always very, very pale. But I thought I would just try out some bronzer, and I didn't want to go with any shimmer. I decided to go for a matte bronzer, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money because I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. So I ran into Ulta, and I decided to try this one from NYX. It's their matte bronzer. This is in the color Light, and oddly enough, I like it a lot. This is what it looks like here in the pan, and on my fingers you don't see a lot of it there, but it's just a really light shade. My fingers tend to be a little darker and a little more reddish than my face, but once I get it on, it's really nice. I also, while I was there, since this was just under $10, I picked up a Studio Basics bronzing brush that had white bristles so that when you get bronzer on it, you can see how much you're picking up. So when you tap a little bit of it on, you see how much you got there, and then you just, I use a little bit right around, especially up close to and almost into the hair, right around the hairline here, and then a little bit underneath the apples of my cheeks, kind of in that hollow. And if you're wondering where that is, right kind of in this area, and then a little bit here underneath my chin to kind of help define my jawline. And because I do have a little extra pudge here, I find that when I put some in here, it kind of helps disguise it a little bit. Kind of a little darker there helps a lot. And then whatever I have left on my brush, I use kind of in the chest area here if I'm wearing a blouse that shows that area, so it's not quite, a little bit sun-kissed here and then whoo, white, pasty, and that's really nice. And I found that, $8.50 here, almost $10 here, so for just about $20, I found a really good way to introduce myself to bronzer, and I actually really like it. A lot of people have been saying, hey, you look great, and they don't really pick up on what it is, and the only thing that's different, bronzer. So if you're not maybe you're a devotee, maybe you've been using bronzer for years. If you haven't, or you don't really think you know what you're doing, it's not that hard. Check it out. Little bronzer in through this area, down through here, along the chin, and wherever else you think you might need it. Maybe it's different for you in the summertime. Maybe you like to use it all over your face, but it's really, really easy. I love it. There's that. Another thing that I got in December, and this came in my Birchbox. If you're a Birchbox subscriber, you might have gotten one as well. I really like it. And it was a lip gloss, and I was afraid at first because it was this bright, bright, almost flamingo-y pink, and I thought, I don't wear that. Well, I have it on today, and it's really quite nice. I also liked the texture. For many years, I just swore off lip glosses because they were too sticky. They were too, almost like you put your lips together as you pull them apart. I'd almost have those trailing lines of sticky, ugh, where I just couldn't, I get my lips apart. I felt like Neo in The Matrix, where they're trying to get his mouth like together, and he just was trying to pull it apart. That's kind of what I felt like for years and years and years. Well, this lip gloss comes from an Australian company called ModelCo, and it has this handy dandy little mirror right here, so you can just whip out your little applicator here. It's a beautiful little doe foot applicator, a little bit of extra lip gloss on the end there. It smells super yummy. And I have a little too much on now that I don't feel like I would really need a little extra here, but it goes on super easy. It's not too, you know, sticky, gunky, and it's really, really nice. And I think that if I were to spend money on one, because I tried the Juicy Tubes from Lancome, the lip glass from MAC. I've tried a lot of different, I've had stuff from Estee Lauder. I've had Sephora stuff. I've just tried like the Sephora brand. I've just tried a whole bunch of different things, and I really have not found something I really fell in love with. Now, this is something that if I ever really wanted another lip gloss, I would actually spend the $16 and buy this again. This is really that good. And for someone who's not a lip gloss fan, I really, really am glad to say I would buy ModelCo again. There's that. Other things that I have been loving. I have really been loving black eyeliner. For years, I only wore like dark brown or navy or slate gray, and now I've been living in black eyeliner for the last, I don't know, 18 months. One that came in another subscription service. A friend of mine subscribed me to Ipsy for Christmas, which is a lot of fun. And it's their glam bag. And in their glam bag for the month of December, they included this trial size of Urban Decay's 24/7. You can't see it very well. This is not a good webcam. Sorry. It's their Glide On eye pencil. And the great thing about this is it's just a regular eye pencil, but when you make a mark with it, during the first several seconds you can smudge it anywhere you want. So if you were trying to make kind of a smudgy, smoky eye, you certainly could. I use it on my lower lash line. I put a really, really small amount, and then I use a brush. My brain is, sorry, vacation. And I'll take that brush and I'll kind of just drag it along from the corner along in through here, so I get a really thin, almost not there hint of black eyeliner to kind of accentuate my lower lash line. And then it doesn't go anywhere. Once it sets, it doesn't go anywhere. So instead of getting this big, dark, smudgy yuck under my eyes, I get just enough to make my dark lower lash line pop. Because normally, it's like I have no lashes underneath my eyes. And it's nice to have that. And then once the top part, once it's set, it doesn't go anywhere, which is really nice. I like that quite a bit. So I like that from Urban Decay. Other ones that I like quite a bit. This is from Smashbox. And this is their Jet Set Waterproof Eyeliner. Now, this came in a box set from Sephora. Sephora had a kind of trial. They had 5 pieces to it, and it was introduction to black eyeliner. They had this. They had something from Makeup Forever, something from Bare Essentials. They had, I forget who the other 2 were. It doesn't really matter right now. They had one from Urban Decay, but it was their Liquid 24/7. They had some really great stuff in there, and they had a Sephora. That's what they had, a Sparkle Sephora black pencil. But the truth is, out of all of those, there are some that I really, really like the Liquid Urban Decay one. It's fantastic. But this has been my go-to. I take an angled brush like this, and this is from Soho. I got it for $12 at Walgreens. I take a little bit here on the brush, and then I'll just go through and use it to tightline my eyes with. I'll take it and I just kind of stamp along and kind of wiggle it into right along that upper kind of waterline area right into the lashes. And I find that when I do this, I find it easier to do with a mirror than to do it straight into the screen. I get a lot more definition in my eye. I can really tell a difference. This eye definitely has a lot more definition than this one. There you go. And I won't take the time to redo the other one. I have tightlined this eye today, but since this one just got a lot more liner in it, yeah. But what I normally do is I'll tightline my eyes on some days. I'll just tightline I'll tightline the eyes, and I won't do anything else with any other type of eyeliner. Like today, I tightline them. I put a little liner on the lower lash, and then I use MAC Fluid Line on the top above the lash line, curled my lashes, put on a lot of mascara, eyeshadow, the full shebang. But some days when I'm in a rush, I'll tight line them, put on a little bit of mascara, blush, and lip gloss, and I'm out the door. So if you just want to, quickly look like you're alive, a little tight lining goes a long way. Or if you feel like after, putting on your regular eyeliner, you still look like you could use a little bit more drama in your eye look, try tight lining. It's really great. And I would like to suggest this one from Smashbox because any other time I've tight lined, whether it's with a waterproof pencil or a regular pencil or what have you, I find that I do get some of it doesn't stay very, very well at all. I find this stuff does not budge. I love this stuff. It's a lot drier than your average gel formula, and I like that quite a lot. Another one that I like a lot, of course, MAC Fluid Line, and I use that with the MAC 211 brush, a really tiny pointed line, and I use that for doing cat eye looks. This is much more of a wet formula here compared to the other one. And it just, when they talk fluid line, it really is like just so easy to apply. Like it takes no effort at all. It goes right where you put it. And this is one that, a little bit of effort here, and you can do a small little tiny flick at the top. If you want like a little tiny, they call it a kitten eye, where it's not that full-on cat eye where you keep drawing and filling in until you get this really dramatic look. Just a little tiny, like a little tiny flick at the end, and you get this little tiny lift. And with a lot of mascara, you almost can't tell, but it does give your eyes that little lift, and it's really, really nice. Super easy to do with MAC Fluid Line. And so those are two of my favorite gel eyeliners that I've been using. Other things that I kind of rediscovered in my collection just recently, and I've been wearing a lot more eyeshadow recently, and I can't believe I went this long without rediscovering these, but had these for a while, are palettes from Kat Von D. This first one here, and I like it a lot, you can see the detail in the front because she's a tattoo artist. Both of these have different, little skull with the butterfly type wings and all the interesting things in the front, but it's a really fun metal case. On the inside, you'll find that it has, a really nice mirror, and then down here at the bottom, it has one of her autographed pencils. It's in black. It's not waterproof. It's just a nice creamy black pencil. But then you have these really large size. They're, I believe, 1.4 grams per shadow. That's quite a lot of shadow. They're very highly pigmented. They're really, really nice. And they start out here at the very bottom with this matte black. It's called Lucifer. This is her Sinner palette. It makes it a really great smoky eye. And then when you start down here with Lucifer, you go from there to these really nice dark kind of grays. You get to, it almost looks white here on camera, but it's really a beautiful dove gray. This color here, oops, wrong one. Let me see if I can show it to you. It looks more black than anything, but it has some really pretty sparkle to it. I don't know if you can see it very well. It looks almost purple here in the pan, but it comes out more black, and it has some really pretty purple sparkle to it. Then you get to that really nice dark aubergine color, a really almost violet-y color, and then this really gorgeous shell pink. And these are more of your satin type colors. This has a lot more sparkle to it, and then these two down here have a bit more sparkle to them. I don't know if you can really pick that up, but this kind of dark one here, it looks more purpley, but when you put it on, it really turns out to be closer to a black with a bit of sparkle. They're really fun to wear. They make a great smoky eye look. Now, if you're thinking maybe that's not for me, another palette of hers that I like quite a lot, this is called her Saint palette. And instead of having, like the skull on the outside, this has all the roses, the tattoos, style roses, which are beautiful. You'll get another one of her autographed pencils in this one as well. And this is more kind of a classic nude look. And if you start out here, you'll see that it has this dark, almost espresso colored, very, very matte brown. And then it goes all the way down here to, it almost looks white, but it's not. It's more of a slight, almost a satiny eggshell color. And then everything kind of in between. The one that was a bit of a surprise to me was this one right here. And I don't know if you can really, oops, wrong one, this one right here. Hard to do this in the camera for you. It tends to have a lot of sparkle to it. Can you see the sparkle in there? It has a lot of sparkle to it. But it's a really pretty pink with a lot of sparkle. The other one was a shell pink. This is that same kind of in the same tone, but it has a ton of sparkle in it. And but I thought, what's all the sparkle in there for? But it really works well with all of these other colors in here. And it's really pretty. And I think this is a really nice, because they're so generously portioned and so highly pigmented, it's a really great option if you're looking for a nude palette, but you don't want to spend $50 on the Urban Decay nude palettes, because like the Nude 1 and the Nude 2, they're super high quality, but they're $50. And this is a really great option if you wanted to get a nice nude palette without having to spend all of that. So there you go. Good options for you there. Highly pigmented, a lot of color per single eye palette. There's 8 colors per palette, and they're just really fantastic. And between these two palettes, I was able to work out the color I've got going on now, the eye look I have going on now, with, oddly enough, all 3 of the black liners that I was telling you about. So just a little bit of a makeup junkie going on here. Well, I hope you're having a great start to the new year, and thanks for watching. Hopefully my laptop gets fixed soon and we have better quality videos in the near future. I may wait just a while before I put the next one up so we don't have to struggle through this again. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.